Hey guys, Wages World here. It's January 24th, 2020. Just going to come at you with a video. Now, you guys can probably tell by the title that this is not my typical content. I will be putting out another video today or early tomorrow on what's going on, as far as out in space and what's going on with our Earth and all that. Like I typically, my typical content, and, the Schumann resonance and all that. There is stuff going on that I need to be informing you guys about, so it'll probably be later on tonight when I post one. But this right here is important enough that needs to be said now. And again, I don't usually report on this stuff, but this is Hopi. This is Hopi NG. He's been around since the inception of my channel, probably before I was even here on YouTube at all. He's been a friend, and he's an awesome dude. And I would suggest you guys go over and check out his channel anyway, but especially this particular video. Again, we're going to talk about this virus that's going around where they've quarantined bunches of cities in China. They're trying to stop what you can, from what we all understand, is they're trying to quarantine stuff so stuff doesn't spread. But I want to say this first and foremost. This is not spreading fear. This is giving people awareness of what's actually going on. Okay? Fear would be somebody that comes on here and just gives you a whole bunch of, oh my gosh, putting breaking news at the beginning of every video. Whenever I see somebody doing that, by the way, putting breaking news right in their titles every time, I just skip right by it, just to let you guys know. And I would suggest everybody do that. Because the only reason to put that out there, unless it is actually, it's like crying wolf. Because if you got something serious to say after that, nobody's going to even click on it. Okay, so you're not doing anything good but trying to get clicks when people do that kind of a thing. And if there is true breaking news, by all means put breaking news in your whatever, in your title. But don't do it and I'm talking to creators here. Don't put it in the title every time. It's ridiculous, just so everybody knows. But I'm not trying to spread fear with this. I'm trying to actually lower the fear level by awareness. All right, if we're not aware of anything that's going on and then all of a sudden it happens to us, it's what we call a shock scare. If you think back to when you were the scared as you've ever been, it was probably because you got shocked by something. Okay, somebody jumped out around the corner you didn't know was going to be there. Something happened that you didn't know was going to happen. And it just happened all of a sudden. Okay, that's when you're the most scared. So if we can help each other by sharing this kind of stuff to bring that shock level down when things actually happen, we react better. It brings the fear down. It doesn't cause more. And that, I get frustrated with that a little bit, and I know I sound a little bit whatever here, but it is what it is. All right, we got to give some awareness to what's going on, and that's why I even do my channel at all. And but yeah, so Hopi, he's, like I said, he's been a friend of mine for a long time here on YouTube, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to what he has to say. He's got some contacts inside China, right in Wuhan. So just listen to what he's got to say here, and then I'll come back on.
I've got a couple connects over in China. One literally in Wuhan. They're trying to get a message out. They're still an American citizen. I'm not going to use their name just yet. I will if they allow it, but right now, due to crackdowns and people being confiscated, I don't want to use a name at the moment, but it's a real person and also a brother in arms who's in Wuhan and feeling like they're being held hostage. Got a letter 10 hours ago and haven't been able to contact since. So it says, I think it's the time someone wrote the State Department. I'm going to flip it so you don't have to stare at me while I'm reading. I think it's time someone wrote the State Department and Trump demanding to bring Devons and cargo aircraft into Wuhan to evacuate any Americans and their belongings and pets. They want to go. They should supply hazmat suits for everyone on the flights and take them to remote military bases and hospital quarantines for 2 weeks and then release them back to the state after a final thorough check. I have been packing everything I want to bring back, but maybe I'll ditch it all. I'm sending a message to Jamie Foss, who is the Consulate General here in Wuhan, to demand action on the part of Americans being held hostage here. The American government and Trump should quit being weak to Beijing and be proactive, take care of their people, and I don't want to hear how they can physically not do that. It's just political excuses and slaps in the face to everyone, especially the American citizens in Wuhan. Nobody who has been to China within the last 2 weeks and arriving from any kind of port or transfer state should be allowed to enter the USA until the idiots here get a handle on what's going on. Quote. In another week here in Wuhan, the problem will morph from not just the disease, but a food shortage. Already food shelves are empty and stores are closed, and those who are selling supplies are gouging those who need them the most, and prices are rising really fast. Please help get the word out. There's more, but I'm going to try to get him to literally go on the record or on video here pretty soon from Wuhan, and I'll send it out to y'all as soon as I get it, or if I can get back in touch with him. Good morning, Sector 16. Sam.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to leave a link to his video. And, guys, you know, like I said, this is not something that I really wanted to report on. But I feel like I need to. I feel like I'm being led to do so. And, you know, and whether you agree with our government political-wise or, you know, you're right-wing, left-wing, in the middle, that's not even, to me, it's not about that, okay? At this point, those are American citizens. It doesn't matter what political affiliation you have. It doesn't matter what kind of, you know, religious background that you have. These are still our people. And I think that this needs to be talked about. And also, you know, he said it perfectly when he said these idiots over here don't know what they're doing. Okay? And that's the thing. We're leaving the health of Americans up to these people. Now, you know, I don't know the answer to what we need to do here. All right? But I do know that we will never, ever get to the right answer unless we talk about it. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Okay? Share this video, just like Hope put in the title of his. Share this. You guys can share any of my stuff. I don't care. You can take it and use it anything, anytime. That's not why I don't care. Just do it. You know, as long as it's not being misrepresented. So, you know, what do I have to add to this? Well, I don't have a whole lot to add, but I did have and when I first heard about this, you know, and I've been talking to Scott also, you know, back and forth a little bit. There's a bunch of videos that were being put out there of what's actually happening in the streets over there. And I'm here to tell you guys, it's not good. Okay? I'm not going to go into detail of what these videos were showing. But they're blocking these now on all the social media platforms. I'll be surprised if whatever happens that if even any of the stuff that we're talking about is allowed out there at all. You know, so I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But also something that he was talking about, we talk about this a lot in our community about once one thing happens, it's going to be a domino effect. And he said it perfectly. The disease is the main root thing here, right, that we're talking about currently. But just like he said, in a week, guess what? Then it becomes people that don't even have the disease that are having issues because there's no food. And then it's going to snowball into something else. It's going to snowball into this. It's going to go into something else. So on and so forth. We're not talking about little small cities. We're talking about, last I heard, it was like 23 to 24 million people that are quarantined. I've never heard of that amount of people in my entire life being quarantined to one area. Okay, in their respective cities around China or what have you. And then my mind went straight to this, and I haven't spoken to anybody about this, but, you know, this is something that a lot of people haven't talked about in a while, But because of what we research here, do you guys remember all of the ghost cities that they built in China? You know, when we start seeing situations like this, is this why? We just assumed it was because of, you know, maybe during a massive, you know, EMP or a massive solar flare, it knocks our power out and all that kind of a thing. People would have to go to these cities, right? Well, maybe what's going to happen what's happening now might be one of the reasons that they built these cities. I don't know. It's just something where my mind went immediately. I don't know why my mind went there, but it did. And I went and checked, and there's like 30 to 50 of these ghost cities around China. Now, they're nowhere else. They're in Russia. That's it. Okay? So, has anybody ever thought that it's odd that these viruses seemingly always come from the same area of the world? China? And the surrounding areas? That's where all this stuff originates from. Why? Do they know something that we don't? Are they doing stuff that they're not supposed to? What's going on? You know? Is this why they built these cities? I don't know. All I'm saying is all this stuff happening, and then everything else, that's even back to the research that I do here on my channel, all of it's tied together. Okay? Geopolitical environment. Again, all the stuff that we get that I research here on my channel, down to what we're talking about here. It's all tied together at some level. And when we start seeing things happening all at once in all these different subjects, that's when we better start looking around and paying more attention. Because, you know, that's when stuff will go down. And, you know, we just got to be prepared for it. That's all. And that's all I'm trying to say here. You know, and I'm trying to do the best I can as far as spreading this out. And again, guys, this has nothing to do with any kind of political affiliation, whether you like Trump or whatever, or think he's doing a good job or whatever. You know, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is we got people that we're supposed to be taking care of that are stuck over there right now. And, you know, I don't know the answer. Is the answer getting them out of there? Or is the answer trying to help over there? Or what's the answer here? I don't know. But I can say that all of us need to be thinking and praying for these people and the whole world to begin with. Okay? So whatever we need to do, we need to be able to at least share the information and, you know, and keep sharing it and just keep sharing it and keep sharing it and keep sharing it, bringing awareness. The more awareness we have, the less that they can hide. So, but anyway, guys, I'll leave a link here to Hopi's video. I'm glad he, you know, I'm glad he got this out there. And again, you heard him say that he's trying to get in contact. He hasn't had contact with this guy in 10 to 12 hours. It was 10 hours when he made this video, and this video's been up for 3 to 4 hours. So we're looking at a good time frame right here. I just spoke to Hopi here on the phone about an hour ago, and yeah, this is he's going to try to get, you know, some video, I think, of this guy, you know, some sort of correspondence to show, you know, what's going on. The guy has no problem with us using his name, but we decided not to do that right now. It is something that we want to make sure that he's going to be okay without us causing more issues with him. So when we have more information, you know, again, guys, go over and check out Hopi's channel. Check out his stuff. Check out this video. He's going to keep everybody updated with his contacts. And when I see something, you know, he's giving me permission to share his stuff. But please go over and check it out. And guys, just stay aware. Don't be afraid. There ain't no fear. You know, you might hear some concern in my voice because I am concerned. It's okay to be concerned. It really is. We just have to be aware and react in the right way, and not in what we call a fearful way, right? And that's why we do this. So, anyway, guys, God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.